still with us to discuss national trial attorney Michael Jaafar. And again, if you guys are just joining us, we're just awaiting for them to assemble in the courtroom as the jury has made a decision in the penalty phase for Robert Tellis. The thing I wanted to ask you, Mike, is earlier I mentioned the fact that the state, I thought, did the defendant a favor by not seeking the death penalty in this case. The district attorney out there said that he wasn't going to tell folks exactly what their decision was made of, but he said the considerations are the background of the defendant and the nature and the circumstances of the crime. Those were some of the things they consider. And I have to say, looking at the nature and the circumstances of the crime, it's death penalty all day long. So they must have been looking at the background of this guy in making the decision. So I want to get your thoughts on why you think they didn't choose the death penalty in this case.
That really shocked me. The only thing I could think of is that the family of Robert Tellis went to the DA and begged for forgiveness, and it really puzzled me, to be honest with you, because what he did was very, as I say, premeditated-y. Premeditated-y is not a word, but that's a word I created for this case, because he not only premeditated the murder here, Michael, he premeditated the premeditation of the murder. Right? He had tons and tons and tons of days and weeks to change his mind. We saw the arduous journey to Jeff German's house and using his car. I mean, this is a person who has a hole in his soul, right? He was determined to destroy his entire life and the life of everyone in his family and Jeff German's family. So to me, when they didn't seek it, hey, prosecutors overcharge all the time and they overreach all the time, as they should, because they know that there's going to be a pushback and then they'll get to a conclusion that they want. Also, they have to deal with the victim's family. So I don't know how they were able to explain to Jeff German's family that they're not even going to ask or seek the death penalty. That right there shocks me and puzzles me. The only explanation I can come up with is that the family of Robert Tellis, because think about it, he had no friends in there, and he's still blaming them for framing him. So he's not only trying to beat them, he's insulting them. In his defense, his whole entire defense is an insult to the DA, but the DA didn't share. That's why I was so puzzled, because he's insulting you, and you're a competitive person, and he's insulting you, and you still gave him some grace. That puzzled me.